Here is something that pains me. Donald Trump called this emergency, declared an emergency at the border. And I don't think it's a good idea. Let me be blunt. It's not. People keep saying, well, the left has declared emergencies. They're not the same. Most of the emergencies that have been declared have to do with freezing assets of hostile nations and hostile parties. To declare an emergency at the border is to extend executive power in a way that makes me and should make every conservative uncomfortable. So Rush Limbaugh, and I got to preface this by saying Rush is like a hero to me. Rush is the granddaddy of all commentators. When he says he is 98.7% right or whatever he says, he is. He has changed. He has literally changed the culture of this country for the better. He is a hero among broadcasters and among people who care about the culture. He's a great guy. This is a moment when I disagree with him so seriously that I have to bring it up because it's a narrative that I think we can fall into, which is the Trump narrative, the narrative that if Trump does it, it must be right. Principles matter because principles will come back to bite you. Here is Chris Wallace calling Rush out on the fact that Rush slammed Obama quite rightly for his executive orders and his unconstitutional use of executive orders, but is celebrating this emergency order at the border.
I understand that you like what President Trump is doing and you didn't like what President Obama was doing. But that's the concern here, is that to the degree that you give the president more and more powers, yes, you're going to get some things, executive powers from one president you like, but you're going to get things, executive powers from another president that you don't like.
You may look at it that way. I don't. I look at it right and wrong. And what Obama was doing was furthering this existing problem. He was politicizing this, using whatever executive powers he wanted to use. Yes, I objected to that, but primarily because of what he was doing with these executive powers. He was taking action that I deemed to be harmful to the country. I look at what Trump is doing as something he has to do because he's not getting any cooperation whatsoever. Both parties, Chris, let's be honest here. Both parties have people that are still trying to get rid of Donald Trump.
Again, worship Rush. The guy's a god to me, but that is a bad answer. The idea that you do something because you can't get cooperation from Congress, that's the way the government works. If you don't get cooperation from Congress, you don't have cooperation from Congress. You got to get it. You got to be in there wrangling the cats and pushing them around and making sure you get the cooperation you need. He's right. There are people on both sides who do not want to solve this issue. There are people on both sides who do want to get rid of Donald Trump. But it's not a question, good outcomes can be gotten by bad means, and the bad means can override the good outcome. I mean, we always knew this when Obama was president. It's not what you do, it's sometimes how you do it. If the Supreme Court is making law, it doesn't matter if the law is on our side or their side. That's not their job. Their job is to play referee. Is this law constitutional or not? When the Supreme Court declares that you have a right to have an abortion or you have a right to have a homosexual marriage, whether you agree with those things or not, that is not the way our laws should be made. And once you have that in place, it all becomes a question of power. It all becomes a question of who has the power. If you're going to silence the free speech and free religion rights of a cake baker because he doesn't want to go to a gay wedding, then when his side has the power, they're going to silence your right to have a gay wedding. Your freedom depends on the freedom of the people you hate. Your freedom depends on the freedom of the people you hate. And Rush got this one wrong. I hope he thinks about it and changes his mind because he's always right. And I hate to disagree with him. But that's the way the narrative can work for us, too. You get swallowed up in this cloud and you don't realize that the narrative itself is wrong.